You ask yourself, you say, what can my life become? Where do I want to be in 5 years? You really have to dig way deep to find out really who you are. There's no way you can accomplish anything without working hard.
He founded a non-profit organization called Athletes Against Drugs.
He is also a successful businessman and author.
He's the founder, president, and CEO of S. Graham Associates.
And he serves on the national boards of the Urban League and Junior Achievement.
He's the author of the new book, You Can Make It Happen.
His name is Stedman Graham.
Stedman Graham.
Mr. Stedman Graham.
This is a book really about, and it's a motivational book, and it's born from your own experience.
Leadership development, I call it. Not so much motivation, because I talk about the process of success. Check your ID. It's very, very important that you understand who you are. The first step, I talk about self-awareness, is knowing who you are. And knowing who you are allows you then to go out and figure out what you want to become in your life and use that talent that you have. Once you understand that you have the possibilities to be somebody special because there's a system set up to show you how, then you have no limitations. When I discovered that it was not about race, and it's not about gender, and it's not about the color of your skin, then I discovered something that I call real freedom. Once you know who you are, that's where the influence and power comes in. Well, the most important lesson, Matt, was that I had control over my own destiny, that nobody could define me but me. And it gets to the next step, which talks about vision. Unless I know who I am and what my talents are and what I have to offer, I can't even begin to set a vision. Regardless of whether you're a carpenter, or regardless of whether you're a teacher, or whether you are a businessman, the process is still the same. Once you understand the process for success, you can apply it to almost anything. And I think that's what we're missing. Education is one thing. To understand the ABCs is one thing. To understand how to break something down and how to be a thinking human being is another thing. You ask yourself, you say, what can my life become? Where do I want to be in 5 years? What do I want to do next week? What am I going to do tomorrow? See, we have control over that. So what we have to do is we have to sit down and decide, okay, here's the vision. How do I reach the vision? I got to set goals. Once you set your mind to something, nobody can stop you if you're really passionate about that and you really want to get there. You know, then set a vision for yourself and start building backwards. You don't say, I want to go to Harvard, I want to go to Yale, I want to go to Morehouse, I want to go to Spelman, and you start, and you don't start here, you start here. And say, what courses do I have to take in order to be able to qualify myself so when I get to be a senior, I can get in Spelman? And what happens is if the kids don't understand where they're going, then they lose hope.
You write in the book that people often said nothing good comes out of Whitesboro. As a young man, how did that make you feel? Well, it made me try to prove that I could be something special because of that challenge. People used to tell me, oh, you're never going to be anything. You know, I remember walking into a restaurant, Mr. T.A., when I was growing up as a kid. And he told me, he said, you know what? You're not going to graduate from college. You're going to college, you're never going to make it because your family's too stupid. And I vowed that day, I said to myself, I will graduate from college and I will come back here in front of you and show you my diploma. The saying was nothing ever good comes out of Whitesboro. But a lot of good came out of Whitesboro. But of course, you know, that was the stigma. And so we had to overcome that. And it's very difficult to overcome that when you have all these negative images going through your head that you're not good enough, that you don't have any value. And all of us are trying to build value for ourselves and our lives. And you know what? That was my motivation for graduating from school. That was it. Now, the second time, and when I went back, he was so nice to me, I didn't have to take my diploma back. When I began to work on myself and invest in myself and look at myself, regardless of what situation I had to deal with, that's when I started to become better. And that's when I started to believe as a person. It's about you. It's about investing in you as a person and building value in you as a person, because when you build value in yourself as a person, people pay you for the value you build up. You have to be able to get some skills. You have to be able to get some training. You have to be able to develop something for yourself so you can make money, so you can take care of yourself. And this is about creating more value in your life, because the more value you create, the more opportunities you have and the more choices you have. Nobody has any magic. Oprah Winfrey is not magical. Michael Jordan's not magical. Maya Angelou's not magical. They've worked on those skills. You know, people look at you in your positions and leadership positions. There's no magic about that. You work every single day to try to build something special for yourself, and you've earned the right to be where you are. You can make it happen. And I wanted people to invest in themselves, because the more value you build up in yourself as a person, the more you have to offer. It's my pleasure to be here this morning. I wish you the very best. I hope that you continue to go on continue the journey that you're on, and congratulate you for all that you do. And you are leaders in this country, and we look up to you, and we thank you very much for all that you contribute to our society.